Open up in there. We got work to do.
Who's ready to go see what kind of mischief we can get into today?
Alrighty then. Old Big Mike out here in the Hoopty Barn with the Blockbuster, the old 51 Coronet, which we have took a step back from time or two. Goodness gracious. So, we're not fiddling with this stupid hood today. I'm not in the mood for it. So, we're going to move along to something else. We're going to have some fun with, we got to figure out our fuel delivery system, because obviously I don't think that they're going to let me run with that right there. I mean, I don't know why. I think it's kind of narrow-minded myself. You know, how's it supposed to be a hoopty if it ain't got something like that? But facts are facts, and we're just going to have to deal with it as it is. So, that being said, we are going to see if we can't drop this old tank out. Whenever I got this car, I got it just as is. Some kids chopped it all to pieces, and look at there, isn't that sexy? They cut right into the tank. So, I'm going to see if I can get this tank out of here, see what kind of damage there is. See if we can't clean it up, maybe weld it. Or I don't know. We'll see. We'll just see where we're at. So, if I'm going to do that, I guess I better get busy and get underneath there and see what we got to do. Well, that was fun. Yeah, sure. I got her out. Oh, what could go wrong there? I mean, just a little bit of rust, sediment, varnish. It smells really lovely. So I guess we'll clean her out, and then I'll tackle this. I think I'm probably just going to weld it. I mean, all in all, it don't look like it's in that bad a shape, really. Surprised it ain't got a great big old dent in it or something. But ought to be pretty easy to clean. It's not that big. It's pretty well square. I'm certain it has no baffles. So, I guess I'll take that sending unit out, and I'll probably pull the plug there on the bottom, and look at her and kind of wash her out and see what she's like and go from there. Alright, hoopty tip. This old plug on here takes a big old Torx bit. That old Big Mike ain't got one big enough. That sucker, that's sure enough biggin', but it ain't big enough. So, if you're a hooptifier like old Big Mike, and you ain't got the right tools, and you don't live in town, you ain't gonna go get the right tools, you got to do a workaround. So, this is my workaround. I take my little chisel here. I cleaned all this off all the way around here. Got all that undercoating off of that thing, off around the edge. And then, yes sir, grab my old pipe wrench and get her fit to it. And there you go. Ta-da! The hoopty strikes again. Alright, so I got my working on it juice in my gas tank, and I know there's about 5,000 videos out there on YouTube about how to clean a gas tank. Bear Roast's got a good one, several others, but anyway, so I mean, I'm just gonna throw a chunk of chain in there and shake it around and beat it up and all that stuff and clean it out, and you know, same old, same old. So anyway, but here's one thing that I'm doing. Track down, there's my fuel line where it comes out, and since I've got everything open, I'm just going to kind of fill that dude up with some PB Blaster. Oh, look at that thing go. Woo, boy, it don't like that. It's spitting her out, boy. So, put that PB Blaster in there, and I'm going to shoot some air through this dude. See if I can't blow that stuff all the way through the line and clean that dude out. And if I can use it, I will. If I can't, I'll replace it, but we're going to see what we can do. Alright, I got her washed out pretty good, I guess, and I'll wash her out again a time or two, but anyway, before I go through all that, we're going to go ahead and take care of this. I went ahead and cleaned it up and all that, and we're going to see if we can't put a little zzz on it and see if we can't make her a little better. Okay then, she ain't perfect, but she is welded. She's not beautiful, but she don't have to be, as long as she don't leak. And it's going to be up underneath the car. Nobody's going to see it. And I'm going to spray some bed liner or whatever undercoat junk on it anyway. So, next. So just one quick little point. You know, seems like everybody has their gunk getter, I guess you'd call it. You know, what they remove varnish with and stuff like that. And I'm no different. I got my own little concoction, and I'm going to show you what it is. This right here, Rust-Oleum. There we go. Aircraft remover. That stuff is no joke. And I cut it with paint thinner. Just good old-fashioned paint thinner. And let me tell you what, I'm going to drop this little nasty dude in this old sending unit. Here, let me get in here in the light. I'm going to put this old nasty sending unit in there. And my little concoction I got built up. We're going to just let that sucker sit in there for a little bit while we're working on stuff. We'll see how she turns out. Alright, we're ready to check this out. It's been about 10 minutes or so. And when I put this dude in there, it wasn't moving. It was stiff as a politician's neck. Look at that. How about that? Now, I'll take my little brush. I mean, that dude is flat getting with it. I bet she might even work. I mean, as long as it does what it's supposed to. But if you look at my solution, yeah, it took all of that off of there in 10 minutes. This stuff ain't no joke, man. That aircraft remover is what does most of it. Like I said, I just cut it with thinner, and man, it's good stuff. So I'm gonna get this dude cleaned up so I can hopefully reuse it, because find another one for a first gen Coronet is like 50 bucks. I ain't spending 50 bucks if I don't have to. Now we're gonna put the float down in here and see if we can clean up the float. So, yeehaw. Alrighty, well, she's still stained up, but she's pretty well done. Look at there. Well, I mean, that dude is free as a bird. How about that business? So, and you can still hear it hitting those little inside there. So, I bet you she probably still works. So, anyway, she is what she is. Now, I'm going to put a big dose of that stuff up in my fuel tank and waller around in there again. And this here, I went ahead and put a little thin layer of JB weld across there too, just in case I might have had any pinholes where I welded it. And so, I guess, hopefully that'll do her. So, next. Alrighty, so I think she's about done. She just got to air out. I washed her and washed her and washed her and washed her and put some stuff in it and got it till it ran clear and looked in there, and she looks pretty well clean. So I think she's going to be good. I put some gasoline and some heat in there to remove the water, and we're going to let her set like that for a while, and then I'll go ahead and clean her out and get her ready to go back in and all that. And I went ahead and I pulled off this from the fuel pump to the carburetor. I'm going to put a hard line in between here, a little piece of hard line. Then I'm going to start trying to figure out how I'm going to get my hard line there and around and up and around over to the other side where my fuel line comes in from the back. I think I'm just going to route it across there. This is some line I had left over from whenever I was working on the Green Goblin. So yeah, there we'll put a piece of hard line on there because, well, that's what you're supposed to do, you know. Not that this is going to be really a drag race car, but you never know. Maybe someday it might be. And anyway, goodness gracious, it's getting warm again. That's all right. You know, can't complain. Just take it as it comes and be grateful for another day of life, another day out here playing around in the hoopty barn with this old fun project for the No Name Nationals. And I guess I'm just going to leave it right there for today. I got some other things got to get done, and just want to say thanks for watching, and do me a favor, like the video, subscribe, share it with one of your friends or something, hit that notification bell, and until next time, you keep watching, I'll keep working.